I identify as Black. I don't really identify any more deeply than that. Probably when I was about 12, I made the decision for myself to identify as Black, even though I come from a biracial background. I decided that I wanted to fully and completely identify as Black.
What makes you really realize that I have something mixed in me? Like, where do you find it? So sometimes I feel like that gatekeeper being there is just stressful.
It's like I'm too anything to be anything.
I feel like I wasn't really accepted into the Creole culture because of the darker shade that I had from most Creole women.
I just have to know that I'm confident in my Blackness and not feel like I'm less Black because I'm mixed. I think I try to be proud of who I am as a person and not try too hard to identify with something that's already in me.
I think it's kind of unfair because we have a harder time trying to figure out, well, what am I more of? Who am I in retrospect? So like for me personally, growing up, I was around all white girls. I had a tendency to want to act more like them. And then going home, I had to switch to Spanish. And my mom would ask, well, why are you acting like that? I didn't raise you like that. So it's like you have such a harder time trying to figure out who you are based off of just the standards of what everyone else wants you to be.
I would say probably like a golden token, or like that little golden ticket, like Charlie from the Chocolate Factory. That's kind of what it felt like, really. Like it was them googling people up from Google, Italian motorcycle guy who actually was American as well, who looked the same exact way. But it made me feel like I was like not really the celebrity, but that little token that just had to be kept.
I think that making excuses for your family just enables them, and it's important to tell them they are ignorant.
I think maybe the closest thing I've had to when I sort of say that I'm a Black woman, it's mostly my family, because a lot of my family's like pretty brown skin, and they sort of joke around about it, like, haha, this white girl thinks she's Black. But it's not super serious. I know that they understand and respect me as a Black woman. It's just sort of like I'm the lightest person in my extended family, so it becomes sort of a joke.
I mean, we're not in the 1960s, but it's still the same thing. Like you're gonna get described however people feel about you. But what you know about yourself and what's actually in your blood is different.
I'm the little negra on my mom's side of the family. So it's like, even they do the same thing. Like they're gonna make fun of you for being different, but at the same time they still love you. So it's like I'm able to joke and laugh about it. As a little girl, they never really did it because I guess it didn't seem appropriate. But I guess the older I got, it was just, oh, little negra. I don't take anything from it because I'll shoot right back with the jokes. But it definitely is a little bit different on my mom's side, just because that expectation of marrying Puerto Rican or marrying Spanish is a lot more prominent than my dad's side.
In my family, there's a lot of light-skinned people in there, and seeing that most of them are light-skinned, and then on my side, like my sister, my dad, and I, we are not the darkest, but we are darker than most. So although they're family, I know like I can always rely on them and I can be with them, but it never felt like I was one with them because of how different our shades were, but the fact that we were all Creole. It never clicked that, oh, because she's lighter than me, she's like my family, but I'm Creole with her. Like it wasn't a connection between us.
So I remember one Christmas, I had to be like around 7 or 8 or some, I was really young, but I woke up in the morning and I was so excited because my great aunt was in town from SoCal, from Southern California, and she brought me gifts for Christmas, and she was like, I can't wait for you to see your gifts. So I wake up on Christmas and I open my gift was like a gift basket, and it had all kind of beauty products in it. I love to take bubble baths, so she got me like bubble bath and all these great things, and I looked in there and it was a whitening soap and a whitening lotion. And I asked my mom, I was like, Mommy, what is this? And I didn't really understand what it was. I just seen like whitening lotion. I'm like, what does that mean? And she was getting me whitening lotion to make my skin brighter because I'm not light skinned. So those kind of experiences definitely made me feel like at a very young age early on there had to be something wrong with me, to where one of my family members was getting me something like this.
I think it depends on the person and how they see themselves. And so I feel like that worth comes from where you find your worth. And so I feel like some mixed people do find their worth in the other part of themselves. Like they're either like European or like Latino background, that is the otherness of Black. They find their worth in that. And then that's where they would sort of fall into that trope of being like, yeah, I'm mixed and, you know, I'm attractive. But I feel like people who find their worth in being Black, that would have less of an effect. But I do think that it separates us a lot of the times from the Black community, as well as, for me in my situation, the white community. Like I'm neither, but it's all about where you find your worth. And I definitely find the majority of my worth in being Black and in being a Black woman. And so that sort of stereotype that is perpetuated constantly, I don't find myself falling into very much. And I feel like it is unfortunate when people do find their worth in something outside of being Black.